I know we're celebrating 100 years of accomplishments tonight, but with students like Simran, our future is incredibly bright, don't you think? Woo! Woo-hoo! Thank you, Simran. And thank you too, Wendy, for those amazing, inspiring words. And thank you too to Belinda, who's been keeping us on time and doing such a fantastic job emceeing this event. This is just, everything's come together so well. Thank you. And thank you too to our faculty, our staff, our students and alumni who every single day make us proud and connect us to the world. Thank you all for joining us tonight. And of course, a particularly special thank you to the entire Carlson family. Marilyn, Barbie, Skip, you are some of the university's and nation's most admired leaders. We are forever thankful to Kurt and Arlene for their generosity and to Kurt's energy and entrepreneurial spirit, which remains deeply embedded in the DNA of our school, as you can see all around you. You can see it in all of these wonderful entrepreneurs who are here today, sharing their stories with us. So thank you too to all of the entrepreneurs who've done that for us. I hope you've been as inspired by them as I am. What an impact our alumni are continuing to have on the great state of Minnesota and every corner of it, and not just that, but around the country and around the world. Okay, now let's get into our time machines and think about what it was like 100 years ago. 1919, an amazing, historic year. First of all, as Wendy mentioned, this school was established as the University of Minnesota Business School. Secondly, 1919 was the year when women were finally given the right to vote. The 19th Amendment was passed, laying the groundwork for people like our new president, Joan Gable, and for many of us to exercise our right to vote and to formally register our opinions. Although history shows that we women have been voicing our opinions for a lot longer than that, I think. Anyhow, and thirdly, in 1919, there was one other profound business event. It truly changed the course of Minnesota history. It even affects the building we are standing in right now. Yes, what do you think it was? In 1919, the Green Bay Packers were established. Sorry about that. Anyway, 2 out of 3 was pretty good for 1919. Anyway, so seriously, for our school and for our university, the past 100 years have seen a continuous series of remarkable achievements, establishing us as a diverse, global, and truly innovative community. Wendy pointed out some of our current rankings, but they didn't happen overnight. And they're not just a series of abstract numbers. For example, at a time when women weren't being admitted to many business schools, one of our first MBAs in 1940 was a woman, Ethel Irene Hansen. At a time, too, when racial discrimination was rampant, the very first person to earn an MBA from our school was William L. Campfield, who went on to become the nation's first CPA and PhD, and is recognized in the Accounting Hall of Fame as well. So 50 years ago, we were one of the first schools to start a Management Information Systems program. I know Gordon Davis, who was responsible for that, is in the audience today. So, and it's still among the world's best. Our home center for entrepreneurship is at the core of Minnesota's innovation ecosystem by running the Minnesota Cup, which is the largest statewide new venture competition in the country. You just had a glimpse of the ideas that power our state's economic engine thanks to the Minnesota Cup tonight. Our Medical Industry Leadership Institute has become the gold standard for cross-disciplinary collaboration across more than a dozen colleges here at the U, as well as with universities around the world. And because of our world-class faculty, we've introduced more new programs in the last 5 years than we did in the previous 20 years. So that's a lot to take in. We're not getting older. No, this school, our community, our impact on this community is just getting bigger, stronger, deeper. And why? Because we stand for something. We stand for the belief that business is a force for good. We're a force for good in creating jobs, in providing opportunity to all, in fueling innovation, in creating new businesses, new products, whole new industries, by lifting employees, lifting customers, and lifting us all. Simply put, we want Carlson students and alumni to lead with their hearts and bring it to all they do in their careers and in their lives. We want our students and alumni to lead with purpose. You know, we like to say, as Simran pointed out, it's we before I, why before how, and work before reward. What that means is that we support each other, we take nothing for granted, and we are not afraid of hard work or of dreaming big. We stay connected to each other and connected to the world. Now, even as we celebrate so much tonight, I want to turn for just 1 minute to an issue that really concerns me, and that's the current pullback from the world that we're experiencing as a nation. We want our school and our university to be a welcoming place for all, and we are. We are one of the nation's most global schools of management. Every year, we send about 800 of our students abroad and welcome 200 international students to our campus. We have 42 partner schools around the world. Our students have participated in more than 1,000 site visits to international companies, speaking countless languages, understanding countless cultures. So no matter what's swirling around us, the Carlson School remains committed to global education because face-to-face connections across the world are foundational to our values. I know this and I feel this particularly deeply because I was once an international student myself. I was welcomed here, and that embrace changed the course of my life. It has brought me here tonight, 28 years on this faculty, and the opportunity to lead this amazing school. It has allowed me to point us toward the next 100 years, not only connecting ourselves to the world, but to each other, always driven by our values. The next 100 years, better connecting our alumni with new lifelong learning opportunities. The next 100 years, being a school that never forgets to instill in our students the spirit that we conduct business, we innovate, and we manage always as a force for good.